Welcome back to the show, and I'm going to show you how to do a quick craft that a lot of people have been asking about since I showed it on the blog. We have a wonderful collection of beautiful buttons in the store. They look like this. They're called the coordinates, and a lot of them have 2 or 3 buttons, and they kind of, coordinate because they're coordinates, right? But you can also use the fun, colorful plastic buttons or even other pieces of jewelry and incorporated it, such as in this ring, we have some Swarovski crystals on top that have been incorporated into the design. So these are really fun. Anybody can make them. They're not hard to do. You just need some basic supplies. Of course, you're going to need wire to make your ring, and I like to use about a 20 gauge wire. It's a nice sturdy size to use. And you have to kind of decide how you want your design. If you're going to have a lot of, little swirly things of wire on the top, you're going to need more wire. So that will require, maybe 24 inches. You can start with anywhere from 12 to 18, depending, of course, on the size of your fingers and your ring. Some of our bead shops, we have what we call ring mandrels. So they have the different sizes of rings from small to larger, and you can actually work on it or just use it to find your shape and size. And some of our other bead shops have like a plain wooden mandrel that it doesn't have the size, but if you take like a regular size ring and if you put your ring on it that you already have, you kind of know where you're going to be. For this type of ring, you might want to go just a little bit larger than you normally wear, only because we do have some wire wraps on the side, and that will kind of bulk it up a little. The other thing you can use is if you can find a wooden dowel that is pretty close to your ring size. So you get your piece of wire and you find the middle, okay? And what you're going to do is just put it in the middle and then just wrap it around. You're not going to cross your wires. You're going to just wrap it around a couple of times, like so. So we get our 3 wraps. So you can see 1, 2, 3, right? So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm just going to give it one good twist for now, just so that it kind of stays in place. Okay, so we have that. Now I think I'm going to play around with these flower ones. Now if you want, you can use the gargantuan buttons, because there are, big jewelry is in, so you can use that for your ring. But I think since I do a lot of crafting, I think I just want to have something small. So we're just going to feed our button on top. And then I'm going to put the little button on. So the main thing is you need to have buttons that have at least 2 holes. If you have the 4-hole buttons, what you want to do is choose which 2 you want to go through. If you have buttons that have shanks and you really want to use it, what I recommend is that you're going to use it for the top so that the wire feeds underneath of it. So like you could layer a button and put that one on the top. Now that you have this done like this, all you have to do again is twist. And this is where you decide, do I want to have something else on it, or do I want to do little swirly designs? That's where you're going to start to use your jewelry tools. You can use your round nose to help make little curls. You can use your chain nose to help bend. Say I'm going to maybe add some dangles to this later, and I just want to wrap it down. What you need to do is you take each wire on each side, and you're going to bring it down below. So work with 1 wire at a time. We're going to turn it over and bring it down, and we're just going to wrap it around maybe once or twice, just so it's secure. Then you're actually going to feed this, and we can cut it shorter because now we don't need that much, because I'm not going to make swirlies. So you can use your chain nose or you can use your fingers to feed it through. you are going to take it and you need to wrap it around 2 or 3 times depending on how many you want on the side. Okay, so we go, feed it through, and you are working with thicker wire, so it is a little bit trickier. So you can squeeze it tight. Get your flesh cutters and trim it off. And then you want to take your chain nose and flatten it in there. Okay, so you've done one side. And the same thing on the other side, you're going to bring it down. And you know, with this one, it's kind of fun because it has the indentation from the flower, so you have a really easy place to go down and around to secure it. And again, we're just going to take it and put it along the edge and wrap it in. There are so many ways you can change this up. Like I said, you can take some head pins, put some stones on it, and add little dangles. All sorts of different things you can do with very simple buttons. Now over here, we have the wire just going straight. So if you want to add a little, you take your chain nose and you kind of twist it to give it a little bit more of a design to it. Kind of like a squiggly line, and that's all you have to do. So it's a really simple project, and if you still need a little bit more instructions, we do have a project sheet in the store under button rings. So right now, I'm going to take a short break while I figure out what I want to do with this other button, and we'll be right back.